Buying that fry shat bare paws lump of lumber yonder. That be the misery's delight. Malnage's pus-stuffed canker of a boat. Aye, aye, Captain.
Absolutely. Happily.
Need a fresh jacket or pants? Something more delicate? If you have a frame, I can fit cloth to it without fuss. Take your time. I'll give you space to browse.
Care for a fish or two, stranger? Today's catch, ripped straight from the hands of the salty wench. You'll find no fresher. Have a look.
Welcome! Venturing out past the city. You'll want supplies, crab traps or the like for larger game, I warrant. Of course. Take your time.
Dora must think I work for free.
Happily.
Be with you in just a... Almost had it. Damn your eyes. Hazard of the work, really. Came in on the sloop? I can hammer your ship together if you're apt to pay me for it. Aye. Captain Redora hasn't paid me for her commissioned firepower. While I'm up to my nose in debt, the wild mare gobbles up her coin. And now, pirates are holding my feet to the fire over some sham of a deal. If I don't get Redora's payment, I might as well start carving my swallow net. One where I mend Principe ships and no others.
And here I'd have thought a shipwright would be eager for an exclusive contract. In particular, one with clients disposed towards getting their ships shot to shit and shot again.
Folk like that come by coin easy, only to lose it all again. I'm not sinking my business on the say-so of a pack of puffed-up bilge rats. Bastards are driving away business until I give in. Because I've got a backlog of work through the next turning of the wheel. And I'm old, damn it. These hips won't carry me to the mayor and back without a fight.
In other words, we need to go to the Wild Mare. Well, that's just fine and dandy.
Mayor's a right popular place. There are worse favors I could ask. Aye, but only once she fesses up that she doesn't have the coin. Call me a fool for holding out hope. She's an old client and a friend. You do that? A fair price goes without saying, Cully. It all comes down to blasted pans and pyres in the end, doesn't it? Well, come take a look.
It is not as easy as it seems to turn a profit in Neketaka, but there is opportunity.
Well, it's no trouble.
Well met, stranger. If you feel like investing in protection, I'd be willing to trade iron for copper. Lots to see. Take your time. Welcome back. Looking for anything specific? I assure you that everything I sell is well crafted. But I will admit I'm not quite the weaponsmith that Marihi is, nor do I possess Uto's expertise with firearms. Marihi you can find in Pariki's Overlook, the district to the north. Uto has a shop in the Brass Citadel, in the eastern part of Neketaka.
Indeed.
Gon's sickle comes for us all, yet his light shines brightest for those who embrace him. Gon shepherds us all, traveler. Seek out his temple along the sacred stair, that thy path shall be made clear.
Where is my postinago of a brother? You there, have you seen Laro Badato? Madico, where is that spoiled brat? I'm trying to be the responsible one in the family, and it's a heavy burden. Laro is past due for a company meeting. Mother wants me to drag the elusive louse back by his ear.
Must be nice to be a layabout. Uncle Angbert would have tanned my hide.
Fuck. I am angry and jealous in equal measure. You'd think this district was a maze, the way he manages to hide. Fuck. A face from the motherland is a welcome sight. If you desire to get in the graces of the Valiant Trading Company, we can help each other. Mother's Bank commands the wealth of the Deadfire campaign. Could I persuade you to watch out for Laro? I'd pay generously for your trouble. Etzali Bardato. The Valiant Trading Company leans on her to finance their mission. If only more of her offspring were as accomplished. I'm concerned because Laro tends to feud with Orso, one of the local Valera rats. The Valeras, a brood of sea vermin playing at nobility. We squabble and compete, but Laro, the Postinago, takes it too far. Because, see, I only manage the family business. Better to ask why Laro isn't sprinting back to look after his birthright. Would you? I'll be waiting at the estate in case he happens to return. Laro and his miscreant friends carouse at the tavern, the falls above the Adra Mill, and the southwestern bridge. If you see him, tell Laro to get his good-for-nothing ass back home.
Well, we do have this thing with chasing a rogue god to the ends of Aora, but I guess if it's on the way.
Aethys, light of spring, sun of the world, thou givest me life and purpose.
The Hazanui is at the palace, blaming the Valiants for attacking one of their ports.
Well, did they?
Of course not. But the Queen must calm them down before they go to war over it. Merla, how is everything? Taken.
A giant? One of the Rathoon?
No, much bigger. Such is the rumor.
Sounds like sailor tales to me.
In the market for decent footwear? You won't find any cat leather around in my shop. Some of us hold ourselves to a higher standard. Of course. Come take a look.
Well met, stranger. Akira, but isn't this district a fine place? I am not one meant to venture far from the gullet. Until recently, I had a respectable job at the Luminous Bathhouse. Now that I am unemployed, I seek to make myself useful before the money runs out, and I must return to the Roparu as a pauper. A wonderful place. Would that I could cross its threshold again and feel the mist of luminous waters. In spite of my time there, I cannot do else but give it my highest recommendation. You will find the Luminous Bathhouse in Periki's Overlook. The Queen granted this area of the city to the Valian outsiders. Here they organize their business and trade, digging up the archipelago with both hands and carrying riches overseas. In her welcoming embrace, the Queen allowed a similar concession to the Royal Deadfire Company. You would do well to see as much of Neketaka while you are here, I am thinking. Akira, you want to follow the road north, up the mountain, always climbing. It is the highest point in the city. More happens at the bathhouse than cleanliness and ease. It is a place of meetings, business, and transactions, to all of which the attendants are either blind or deaf. One day, I overheard, more than I ought to have. In my erring, I gasped. To my great shame, I showed a most unprofessional reaction before clients. I was fired, and rightly so.
The Queen is holding court today with the Valians and Rowattians.
How long before they're killing each other?
Wager on it?
Have you heard about the commotion at the palace?
Of course. Something about Luminous Adra.
A giant made of Luminous Adra.
All I know is that they're all at each other's throats up there.
You both attest that you have made all possible efforts to come to a peaceful...
Who is this Nasenale? How many cousins do you have or so?
Postenago. Does that look like any cousin of mine?
How should I know? Your kin lie with eels.
We have business. What do you want? This doesn't concern you. We've come to settle a challenge.
Psst. Watch your words, Oaf. You want the Juana to know we're dueling?
My bad so to the tribals. We should be free to settle matters on valiant terms.
Small wonder the old empire collapsed in civil strife if this is the Valian way.
And how do your colonies fare, Adira?
We are civil enough to kill each other without making an incident out of it. This street thug called my family a warren of corrupt inbreds. But is there a dung heap in all the world that does not have a little Valera cousin scratching through it?
That wolf he calls mother would have us live out our days polishing Bardato silver. Ak, this is but one chapter in a long anthology of Bardato arrogance.
Arrogance? Per complancanet, you should thank me for my patience. Nothing less than the total disgrace of the Valeras would satisfy me.
Then you will die unfulfilled. Jack, my brother Martino would applaud if he knew.
My sister would not approve in the slightest, but this is my duty, all the same.
Finoma, I am...
Gelard!
Not bragging or laughing.
Was done. At least that...
Certainly.
You both...
Who is this? Thorsten!
How should...
We have business. What do you want? The family keeps you on a tight leash, Laro. Will getting impaled on a Valera blade prove something to them?
What's your work?
My bad so to...
Small wonder.
And how do your colonies fare, Adiran?
We are civil enough. This...
That wolf he calls mother. Ak.
Arrogance. Bear nothing left.
Then you will die unfulfilled. I was the one who suggested fisticuffs, but you were eager to cut me open.
To first blood, then. Shall we resume?
Not so pretty anymore, Postenago.
This does not end here, Valera dog.
Just make sure the other Bardatos learn from your example.
Laro has returned to the estate intact. Perfetto. Too much Bardato blood has been spilled in the name of Vengiata. Ak, nothing has been solved, only delayed. Here, for your discretion. You have not met Mother, have you? I'm certain she'll have work for someone invested in the family.
At once. Just a moment. There you go. Of course.
Ah, yes. The newcomer. I thought you might visit. Lady Izali Bardato. Custom dictates, I say, at your service. But I have not the time for such lies. You saw my son dueling with the Valera boy. At least he survives to learn from his mistakes. Those who aid my blood profit by it. When Valera and Bardato cross each other, only blood and sorrow remain. Perhaps in time, if Great Wodica judges us worthy of supporting the company. Word has spread fast about the little spectacle at the docks. You've certainly caught everyone's attention. Perhaps the Watcher of Cadnua and House Bardato can help one another. Queen's Beth whispers of a Valera plot against my family. Something grander than pointless duels. You are a newcomer to the Deadfire, uniquely positioned to loosen Valera tongues. Zilly Valera strums a lute by the watchtowers, a meek-tempered boy, fonder of song and drink than the family business. He might spill something of his family's affairs. Then I will sleep better at night. My hopes do not hinge on being proven right at every turn. The governor is interested in how much luminous adder we can export. Nothing else matters. To that end, I look forward to the day when we won't need Valera thugs backing our interests. Try not to alert the Valeras of our knowledge. That is the point of involving an outside agent. Ugh. My bank shoulders the costs of the Valian Trading Company's operations in the Deadfire. It is said that no Valian may wipe themselves unless Abardato's signature approves it first.
If that's true, we gotta stop shaking hands with them.
I'm certain you've touched worse, farmhand. Because we do not belong in the same business. The Valeras are opportunists reaping the rewards of happenstance. They're little better than the pirates they're charged with slaying.
Better is self-deception, mayhaps.
Are you still with me? I'd venture that you're working too hard. Bertello doesn't make my affairs any easier with his wayward ambitions. Oh dear. You're serious, aren't you? You think I'd put myself in pistol range of that old imp? Certainly. But not the end you suggest. I think you overestimate how much of my trust you currently enjoy. More pleasant subjects, I hope. Bertello doesn't make my affairs any easier with his wayward ambitions. Doesn't it? This is no surprise to me. Fortunately, Attello has fewer resources to expend than I do. More pleasant subject.
We're full up, I'm afraid. If you're looking for lodging, you'll have to hope there's room at the tavern. We do indeed. Forgive me if I mistook you for a tenant. There are quarters set aside upstairs. Passers-by with a bit of extra coin will find a welcome cot and a meal. This is a temporary measure, of course. It's not my place to share the dealings of the Valera family, but this is all rather public. Suffice it to say that a family in want of coin might find alternate means of securing their finances. In the case of this estate, that means renting the occasional room. No shame in making a practical sacrifice. But I've said enough. Speak with Otello if you have business with the Valera household. You'll find Otello Valera upstairs in his study. Well, as they say, business can always be better, yes? I'm sure I needn't bore you with the details.
Indeed. I'll try my best. Hope that helps.
You're looking prettier than when you left, Orso.
Merla, cut it out. Taught Laro a lesson, I did.
They listen to you, Martino. Enough! We have a guest.
Ah, a new face in the Valera halls. You will forgive me if I'm distracted. Trouble and scandal plague my household. You kept Laro and Orso from the Beyond. We could use such a mediator. Martino has need of muscle and brains outside of the Valera house.
Let me take point on this one, Father. Some royal Deadfire crews have lately taken to pirate hunting. One such crew has been boasting of their victories near the Wild Mare, singing their Rauatai songs and making our clients anxious. Hunting Principe dogs is our business. With all these problems with the Bardatos, now is not the time for competition from the Brass Citadel. It would be better if they took their business elsewhere.
You could always start shooting the shit out of one another and leave good Deadfire folk be. Just a suggestion.
To be sure, but I know the limits of my stooges already. I don't know yours. There's more professional work in your future if you manage to not embarrass yourself. Ha! Clearly, I have caught you off guard. I will tolerate this insult once, Watcher. Once. If you are not here to help, there is little left to say.
Let's make it a point to avoid that man, shall we?
Adu, what brings you to the Hall of the Valeras?
My time is freely given.
Ah, a new face in the Valera halls. Courtly manners are welcome here. You kept Laro and Orso from Martino has need of muscle and brain.
Let me take point on this. Some royal hunting prince. It would be better if
You could always start shooting the shit out of one another and leave good Deadfire folk be. Just a suggestion.
To be sure, there's more professional work in your future if you manage to not embarrass yourself. Come back when the Rawatite dogs have been dispatched, dismissed, or dismembered.
Adu, what brings you to the Hall of the Valeras? Valera ships escort goods and merchants from island to island across Deadfire. The Principe dogs show us their stern whenever they spot Valera colors on the horizon.
Leave it to a swabby from the Republics to think a pirate showing them their rear be a compliment.
The Bardato Bank shuts us out of investments and stifles our finances. This is the richest prospect on Iora, but we cannot grow our family business.
Can't make coin at the expense of others? Now that's a crying shame.
If you know a better way of squeezing profit out of these islands, I'm open to hearing it. Ezali is a rich thug, and someday she will get what's coming to her. If we must. What is it? Shoddery. Our disagreements are beyond the point of shaking hands. This is not your feud. If anything, I question your interest. You have little to gain by peace between our families, but you speak as if you might. You want to help? Convince Ezali to negotiate. She ignores my invitations. Until then, leave me be.
I'd be glad to.
Adu, what brings you to the Hall of...
My time is freely given. What would you do with it? Is drama an acceptable answer? I make sure the wine cellar is stocked, and that sons and daughters alike know how to carry a blade.
Indeed.
You should see this. I shall be discreet.
Of course. It's no trouble.